Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms coming to you live from Escondido, California. Hope y'all are having a super fantastic sparkling day. Oh, should have taken a deep breath before I started that. Today has been very hot, but a very rewarding day because I got some stuff sorted out in the RV. So Sparkles has a toilet that now fully functions. It was, clarify. It was functioning before, but the bowl wouldn't hold water. So we had to replace the seals underneath, and so we got the RV doctor to come in today, and he helped us get he replaced the seals that were in the toilet, so now it's working beautifully as it should. We also found out that our second AC unit, which is the one for the bedroom, actually just blows around air. The Freon is not anymore in that AC unit, and unfortunately with AC units on RVs, they can't replace the Freon. They actually have to replace the entire unit. And I looked at the guy and I said, how much is that going to cost? He said, well, it's about $1,400. And I said, when that Freon goes out, I said, how long is it supposed to last? He said it varies on how much it's used. Thank goodness for extended warranty plans, because the whole thing will get replaced under extended warranty. Adding to the list that we already have, where we have the RV, of course, we found when we were driving when you hit on the speedometer, when you hit 50 and you hit between 50 and 59, you get the shuttering thing going in the steering. So it needs either a wheel balance or an alignment. Then the steps that are supposed to come out when you open the door no longer work because we burnt out the controller and the motor for that, so that's got to be replaced. So you got those two things, plus now the AC unit, and it's going to cost me a deductible of $500. So there was that, and then there was what else did I have? I had terminals on the stove, and it turns out that we get a lot of rattling from the stove when we're driving, and there was some grommets missing that are meant to hold some pieces in place and not let them rattle. So those all got replaced, so they no longer rattle. Let's see, what else did we do? I've still got a couple of issues. Like I have a light over the bed that's kind of like this one up here that you really can't see because it's got all blurry. And we tried to replace the incandescent bulb with an LED bulb, and Dad had a little trouble getting the incandescent bulb out, and we can't get another bulb in there. We couldn't get the old one back in there. We can't get the new one back in there. So I got the RV doctor to try it. He couldn't get it to work. He even dismantled the wiring a little bit to try and get it back in there to give himself some more leverage. And he couldn't get it to work either. So that's now going on the list for the service department when we get hold of them. And then I have a power outlet behind my TV in the bedroom that no longer works. So if I should want to watch TV in bed, which I very rarely ever do, I now have to plug it into an extended power cord and plug it in down on one of the plugs by the vanity unit, and that's how I power my TV. But no breakers were tripped, no fuses were blown, and I said, what gives? And he said it's something as simple as a chain reaction, like whatever other things are on the same breaker or fuse as that outlet, they have top priority over that one. And so he said the power's there, it's just not getting to that outlet. So it was kind of interesting learning about these different things and how things are chained and all of this sort of stuff. And so then I needed to know where my toilet vent was, because sometimes you get this really horrible smell coming out of either the toilet or out of the drains for the sinks, the vanity or the shower. And I said, I've heard of things like flushing them and all that sort of stuff. And he said, well, let me go up on the roof and I'll take a video and explain it all to you. So he comes back down. He said, instead of having two vents, you got one, which at some point will go down into each tank, but they've got one vent coming up for both of them. So he says, when you put a hose down there, it's going to go into both, unless they have two pipes that come up through that one pipe that you see on the roof. He said, the interesting thing is, he says, do you have an automatic thing for wind sensor for your awning? I said, I don't know. I said, here's I showed him where the switch was to retract and extend the awning. And he's like, oh, that's interesting. See, because I found this device up there, which is kind of above the door area of your RV. And he said, it looks like it's a wind detector. And I'm like, well, what does that do? He said, when it gets to a certain speed, it will automatically close your awning. And I'm like, sweet. I said, well, hang on. So I showed him in this cupboard where I have this black box that's called a Weather Pro automatic awning system or something like that. And I said, I have this that they told me was the master switch for the awning, so if for some reason the one that's by the door doesn't work, I can use this one. He looked at it and says, well, that's actually part of the thing that's up on the roof, so when the wind gets to a certain speed, it will automatically close your awning. I'm like, well, that's really handy to know about. So it's kind of fun learning more about the RV and how it functions and things like that. And so I now have another list, so I've now got to call a service department that specializes, because this guy only specializes with what's inside the RV, not what's involved with the chassis, like the steering issue that we have, the step issues that we have, having to replace the AC unit. He said he doesn't do that anymore because these things like weigh 120 pounds. They come up on a pallet in a box, and trying to get them up on the roof is really tricky. So he said if you've got a service department, they have all of the winches and everything that they need, and it's much easier for them to do it. And I'm like, okay. The other thing he says, well, if you buy the unit and you can get it on the roof, he said, then I'll come and install it for you. And I'm like, 120 pounds? That ain't happening. So my next thing is to go and call an RV service repair place. There's one not far here from the camping ground, and let them know what all the issues are. And thankfully they also deal with the extended warranty program that I have, and we'll be able to get all this stuff done. And I asked him about the rear camera and the rear view camera, how it just goes in and out, and he said that's something that he's going to have to that would have to go to the service department. And I'm like, okay, so we may have a loose wiring in there, because Dad actually took the monitor down and found a loose something back there and got it all tightened up, and the thing started working like crazy, and then all of a sudden it just went again. And occasionally it comes and joins the party. Sometimes it works when I'm backing. When I put the RV into reverse, it's supposed to come on, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but thankfully I know how to reverse with mirrors. And I'll also get the service department to fix my mirror, which broke when we arrived just at the end of our trip there. So learning more things about the RV, how things work. Learned some new maintenance stuff today as well, about how often I should be flushing out the black tank. And I said, well, I basically just hook a hose up to the black tank and have that running when I'm emptying out the black tank, so I know that everything's coming out, and I wait till the water runs clear and then I turn it off. And some of the water gets left in the bottom, which you're supposed to do anyway. You're supposed to have a few gallons of water in the bottom of your black tank, so then you put down these big tablet thingies that are supposed to help break things down and make them all liquid and helps it all flush and all that sort of stuff. And so learned more about that. What else did I learn today? I think that was basically it. There was just little things here and there, and little things he said to watch for. So I have one AC unit that blows out cold air, nice and cold, and the other one just moves the air around. So we'll get that one fixed. And so tomorrow's to-do list is to call a service place to either have them come here and do stuff here, or arrange for a time for Sparkles to go into their workshop, and hopefully everything can get done in a day so I don't have to stay anywhere. But if it happens, I might have to go stay with family here in San Diego while the RV's in the shop for a day or two. So tomorrow I will find out more, but the continuing adventures of life in an RV is just taking things as they come and learning more as you go, and just having fun learning things. Oh, and I finally, yes, the other cool part is I finally got a new Blu-ray DVD player for the RV. It's this nice small little compact thing. And I've got it up working beautifully. Was watching The Italian Job earlier, the newer version of that, not the old version with Michael Caine, but the newer version. And so I got to watch that. So that was really cool. And it turns out to be one that can do all the do the streaming as well. So getting that hooked up. Still trying to figure out what I'm going to do regarding the internet when I'm traveling, because my hotspot has a limit on how many gigabytes I can do. My phone is unlimited, but they tether it once it hits like 20 gigs, 50 gigs or something like that, which then slows it down. So I'm currently investigating some of the ones that RVers use that have unlimited tethering, which would be nice to have because then I don't have to worry about it. Some of the campgrounds do have free Wi-Fi, but it's hit and miss as to whether it's going to be good reception or not. So it's nice, especially when I'm doing work, to be able to have a secure internet connection for when I do work, since I do have sensitive items online. So I want to make sure that my clients are protected and that their information is protected when I'm online doing work. So all of that is done through the hotspot right now because it is a secured network, and I want to make sure that anything I get is also going to be secured so that when I am working and dealing with sensitive client information, that all their stuff is protected with the secure network. So those are just some of the things we've got going on right now. Been having a good day. It was really hot and could have done with the second AC unit today. It was pretty, hot and humid here in Escondido. It was really sticky and yucky. But Mojo, here's Mojo for the day. Say hi, Mojo. Mojo, say hi. Can you say hi to everybody? Go hi. So as you can see, Mojo is kicked out, relaxing, enjoying the day. We're going to go out shortly for a nightly stroll and let him do his thing and carry on like that. So that's it from me today, learning more about RV and RV maintenance, and got some stuff fixed, and tomorrow we will call up to get an appointment to get more stuff fixed and get the major stuff taken out of the way so that we can, when we get back on the road, we're going to be a lot smoother and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I have to remember to take measurements for the tires because I thought I had the right number off the side of the tire, but when I went to get wheel covers, and wheel covers are covers that you put over your wheels when you're parking for an extended period of time, just to help with some help reflect off any UV damage to the tires, that sort of stuff. So went to get some covers and found out I'd picked the wrong numbers off the tires. So now I've got to go look at the tires again and get the other numbers. Maybe I should just take a picture of it. That would be the smartest thing to do. But anyway, that's it from me. Have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. I truly appreciate it. If you do go camping in RVs and you have some hints and tips that you would like to share, and let me know about things to check on, maintenance stuff to do, I would greatly appreciate any and all help when it comes to RV maintenance. It's a huge learning curve for me, and I am absolutely loving it. And so until tomorrow, we will have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. And if you do have any RV tips for maintenance or just RV tips in general, put them in the comments below. If you have a favorite road trip, I'm starting to plan road trips for maybe October, November timeframe. So looking for different places to for Sparkles and I and Casey, Kiwi, and Three Gus to go and explore. So we're looking at spending probably 5 to 7 days in a location before moving on to the next one. So we get to do in-depth storage and things because, let's see, my little map. There's my map. I don't think I've shown this to you guys. There's my map. You can see which states we have already done. So we've already done Washington, Idaho, California, Oregon, Utah, and Nevada. So where to go next, remembering that October, November in some areas is going to be getting a little cool. And I only have a 3-season rig. I don't have a 4-season rig. So looking for some suggestions on places to go and explore where I can spend 5 to 7 days in one location, then move to another location for 5 to 7 days within the same state. So I get to really explore in depth. And who knows, maybe I'll get some more writing. I have been doing some writing too. So maybe we will get some more creativity going on the writing side. Anyway, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Leave your comments in the things for places to go, things to see, ideas on RV maintenance and all that sort of thing. Have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. He konera.